It says people vote on a range of issues and they will see the progress the Greens have made in government on issues like climate change, conservation and transport. From Parliament for Morning Report, Gia Garrick.
And listening to that was the co-leader Marama Davidson. Tēnā koe, good morning.
Morena atamari.
Swallowing a dead rat, is that how you see it?
Oh, we certainly don't like this bill. It is through our confidence and supply agreement that we are voting in support of this bill.
Well, where does it say in the coalition, in the confidence and supply agreement?
So it's through the good faith that we uphold with Labour. Labour are in the coalition agreement, and this is one of the compromises, not one that we enjoy, and I certainly acknowledge our previous leaders and members who have spoken out about this.
And we'll get to that, but I can't see, I had another look at the coalition, the confidence and supply agreement this morning, and I can't find it. Can you?
It's in the good faith cause.
But it doesn't say that you have to support this bill?
It doesn't at all say specifically, but it is in the good faith negotiation with Labour, and it is through that we are bound to uphold this particular legislation.
Even though you don't support it at all?
I don't.
Does it go against your principles?
Yes, it does. It goes against our policy and our previous political position.
What point are principles when you are willing to sell them out?
Yes, I understand that, and I really empathise with our own members and our strong previous members and co-leaders and MPs who have spoken out against this. I'm going to be asking for the understanding of our members and supporters in light of our members voting overwhelmingly for us to change the government and achieve the 20 priorities in our confidence and supply agreement.
What would have happened if you'd said, no, I can't support this?
So I'll be very clear that discussions were had both in our membership and within our political arrangements, and it has come to a decision of caucus feeling that to uphold our confidence and supply agreement, we will in this situation vote in support.
Yeah, tell me though, answer my question if you can. What would have happened if you hadn't supported it?
We won't see that now because we have supported it, and
what would have happened?
I won't put privileged negotiations out, but we won't see that now. We have determined and made a judgment, Guy, and you're absolutely right.
But
We've made that judgment.
Though, because it's a consequence discussion.
They're all fair questions.
Yeah. So I'm saying to you, what would have happened? It sounds like something pretty serious. Are you saying?
I think that this democracy, this bill, which we believe does threaten democracy, needs to be put back to New Zealand first of any threat to any working agreement across the MMP arrangement.
Let's unpick this though. You're saying the bill threatens democracy. You are supporting a measure that threatens democracy in order to what? Uphold a coalition?
In order to continue to make the gains that our membership overwhelmingly voted in favour of us doing by changing the government.
That's like destroying the village to save the village, isn't it?
I believe that we will continue to ask for the faith and trust back of our members and supporters with these compromises by continuing to make the big lasting changes that we're also going to deliver.
Are you saying that the stability of the coalition would have been threatened by you voting against this?
I think that this is a bad piece of law and that it's not for us to defend it.
Well, you're supporting it. You have to defend your own actions. I'm asking you to
I'm defending our action and saying that this is a compromise, but I certainly will not be defending this law.
Why will you vote for it, personally?
To uphold the decision of caucus, which believes this is upholding our confidence and supply agreement, negotiating in good faith with Labour.
So were you told that the coalition stability was rising on this?
This is in the coalition agreement with Labour. They need to pass it as part of their agreement. Our good faith, which we entered into, both New Zealand First and Greens entered into good faith negotiations with Labour, and we weren't aware of each other's priorities that were going to be entered, and now we all have to work together.
It seems amazing that you would vote for something that you say threatens our democracy.
It is a bill which is undemocratic. I wouldn't say it on its own threatens our democracy, but certainly We have never agreed with the power of party leaders to oust their MPs.
And that's what this allows a party leader to do effectively.
Well, they also have to have the agreement of their party, 75% of the caucus. So it is positive that not a party leader alone can
Well, I'm
oust
reading
them.
from the bill. The bill provides for a vacancy to occur if the member's party leader gives notice that the leader reasonably believes that the member's actions have distorted the proportionality or of political party representation in Parliament. So the party leader has to sign a letter that the member's actions have distorted proportionality. I mean, that gives an amazing amount of power to the party over the individual. Shouldn't that be the voter's right to determine whether the MP has acted within the principles of the party?
In my opinion, yes. And this is why we don't like this legislation, and this is why I will be asking for our members and our supporters' understanding on this compromise so that we can continue to make the gains that we have promised to deliver in social, economic and environmental areas.
And can I ask you again, what would have happened if you had lived up to your principles and said, no, I can't support this?
So our confidence in supply has 20 priorities that we want to deliver in social, economic and environmental
areas. So you've traded
areas,
this off, if you
and
like.
we want to make sure that we've chosen to keep our confidence in supply agreement.
You've traded this off.
It is a compromise.
What have you got in return?
Our confidence and supply agreement, where we have agreed with Labour to deliver at least 20 priority goals within it.
This goes right back to the formation of your own party, doesn't it?
Absolutely, the generation,
the
whakapapa of our party is founded on those trailblazers who got us to where we are today, and I fully support and sympathise with their objections to this piece of legislation.
And what do you say to people who say the party may not have even existed without Rod Donald and Jeanette Fitzsimons leaving the Alliance Party during that 96 to 99 term and standing up on their own as Green members and being elected to Parliament in 99? If you'd had a bill like this, you may not have had the party.
I totally agree with them and can do nothing but acknowledge and hold in the highest respect their voice on this issue, which is incredibly important for all of us. And I, again, repeat, they are the trailblazers and the generation, the elders, the kaumātua and kuia of our party, and they have nothing but our respect and sympathy for their views.
And your words, but not your actions.
Not in this action, and that is very hard to swallow, Guyon, and it requires us to make sure that we deliver the strongest possible priorities and gains that we have said we will do.
Thanks very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Do appreciate it.
Kia ora.
Marama Davidson there from the Greens, the co-leader of the Greens. Let us know what you think about this issue. 2101 Morning Report at radionz.co.nz on email, or we're on Twitter @NZ Morning Report. It's 8:26. The Crusaders will